bag and bear what was put therein.
He was a thief. I'm pretty sure he was stealing out of it. Go ahead.
Then said Jesus, let her alone. Against the day of my burial has she kept this.
He said, leave her alone, man. She's supposed to do this for my burial. If you read the Old Testament, you would understand this. But he's concerned about that money. We could have sold that and got this money. Like a lot of us are concerned about that money. How to pull off that money. You trying to work, and then think about the money, then your soul ain't getting saved. Let's continue. Let's see what else Judas was doing. Chapter 13, verse 21. Let's see how Satan used Judas. Now remember, Judas was one of the 12 disciples.
Yes.
He was one of the 12 disciples. So I told you, this Satan can use holy men. This is what is unholy. Verse 21, go ahead.
When Jesus had thus said, he was troubled in spirit, and testified and said, verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
He was troubled in spirit. It's like, one of y'all going to betray me. This is what he's saying in the spirit. Go ahead.
Then the disciples looked one of another, doubting of whom he spake.
So they're looking at each other. Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Go ahead.
Now there was leaning on Jesus' bosom one of his disciples whom Jesus loved. Simon Peter therefore beckoned to him that he should ask who it should be of whom he spake.
See, that's Peter right there. He loved him so much he didn't want him to die. But go ahead. This is what happened here, though, about Judas. Go ahead.
He then, lying on Jesus' breast, said unto him, Lord, who is it? Then answered, he it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it.
Wait a minute, read that again.
Jesus answered, he it is to whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. And when he had dipped the sop, he gave it to Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon.
He said, the one I sock my hand in and get this food out and dip it with him, that's the one that's going to betray me. And the disciple didn't even know he did this between him and Judas. Go ahead.
And after the sop, Satan entered into him.
He what?
He entered into him.
After the sop, Satan went in it. It's time for you to do your job, buddy. Go and betray him. Tell him who Jesus is. That evil spirit went on him. But go ahead.
Then said Jesus unto him, that thou do it, do quickly.
He said, what you going to do? Do it quickly. I know what you're going to do. And nobody knew this but him, Jesus, and Judas. Go ahead.
Now no man at the table knew for what intent he spake this unto him.
I told you, Satan looking. So God needed somebody to betray him. So he chose Judas. They ain't understand what was going on. I don't think Judas really understand the impact of what was going on
I
either.
don't think so.
But he knew what he was going to do, betray him. This evil spirit come on anybody. Go ahead.
For some of them thought because Judas had the bag, that Jesus had said unto him, buy those things that we have need of against the feast, or that he should give something to the poor.
See, they didn't know what was going on. Jesus whispered to Judas, go do what you got to do and betray me. I know what you're doing. I bet he looking like, oh, how you know that? Well, keep going.
He then, having received the sop, went immediately out, and it was night.
This one of the disciples. All we trying to show you is it can be good men just as well as evil men. This evil spirit can follow anybody at any time. And these are the 12. Let's see what happened to Judas. Matthew chapter 27 and verse 1. Be careful how you're dealing with these evil spirits. He was dealing with the main one, Satan. Matthew 27 verse 1. Let's see what happened to Judas once that evil spirit entered him. Came in and quit. He said, go do what you got to do now. That little voice you hear in your mind now, you better rebuke it. I'm telling you, because I hear those voices all the time. Go over and slap the taste out of my mouth. Yeah, I hear them too. I can't do that. Go over there and hit him in the gut. All that stuff, man, I'm telling you, boy, this might be going sometimes. And I know y'all have the same thoughts too. You can't say you don't. Let's see what happened to Judas. But when you start playing with Satan, I ain't say playing, he didn't understand what was going on. And he tried to take it back, but he couldn't. Verse 1, go ahead.
When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death.
So they sit up there talking about putting Christ to death. Go ahead.
And when they had bound him, they led him away and delivered him to Pontius Pilate, the governor. Then Judas, which had betrayed him, when he saw that he was condemned, repented himself and brought again the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priests and elders.
So Judas tried to repent. Tried to repent from him. But that evil spirit, Satan, on him so hard that when he went back, listen what happened when he went back to the priest and what they told him. Go ahead.
Saying, I have sinned in that I have betrayed the innocent blood.
He told the chief priest, I have sinned. What can I do? Go ahead.
And they said, what is that to us? See thou to that.
You're like, what you telling us for? You pay, we know you, we wanted Jesus put to death anyway. Go ahead.
And he cast down the pieces of silver in the temple and departed and went and hanged himself.
Went and killed himself. This is when you start being led by the Spirit. You're at your last breath of your life. Went and hung himself. Just want to show you how you need to cast that spirit out when it comes. And it falls on men of God, women of God, men, evil men, evil women, anybody. But you got to cast it out.
Yes.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 17. But when we're dealing with the evil spirit, we can't just get so excited that we got the power to do so. And we start just worried about the power. I have to scale back on that. I like power. God said, this casting out evil spirit really ain't no big deal. This ain't what I want you to be worried about. A lot of people worry about miracles. A lot of people worry about healing the sick and doing all that stuff. What we need to be worried about is getting in that kingdom. That's what we need to worry about. Matthew chapter 10 and verse 17. Don't let them creep in on you. This is what this lesson is put together for, so it won't creep in on us. Verse 17, go ahead.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in your synagogues. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
This ain't what I wanted. Matthew 10. But keep going.
But when they delivered you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour which ye shall speak.
Excuse me, what was that? Matthew 10, verse 17? Yeah, go back to verse 16. Verse 16, go ahead.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
So he wants us to make sure we're being wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Meaning, don't try to attack everybody. Be calm. Be calm. Some people don't want to be saved. Some people don't want the demons cast out of them. You just worry about you. Harmless is because some of these people got real power and real money. They can hurt you faster than you can expect. Go ahead.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. And
He said, beware of men, they will deliver you up to council. They will scourge you in synagogues. Synagogues is church, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak. For it shall be given you in that same hour which ye shall speak.
Don't take no thought on what you shall speak. If you got this word in you, it's going to come up. Go ahead.
For it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
Yes, sir. So you're giving them back the words that he telling us to make sure we understand. The words. Go ahead.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parent.
You see what I'm talking about right here? When these evil spirits get on these people, they talking about your family member, they gonna deliver you up. It might not be you, it might be somebody else, but we need to have a mental thought of this. They deliver you up, and you are trying to tell the truth. Go ahead.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the child shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death.
I wonder why they rising up against their parents. I wonder why they doing all this stuff. Because the evil spirit done jumped them. Done jumped them. Done took over their minds. Go ahead.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
So you're going to be hated for this. So get used to being hated. Go ahead.
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
Yes, sir. That's what we got to do. Turn to Luke chapter 10, verse, yeah, that's what I need to put.
All right.
So they went right along with it.
Yeah, it did.
Learning how to work on ourselves, then we got to learn how to work on people. Luke chapter 10, I'm sorry, verse 17. We need to be more concerned over getting in the kingdom instead of just, okay, I got to look see who I can cast out. And it's a lot of people concerned about that real power of casting out demons. It's good, but it's not the main objective God wants us to see. He wants to make sure you get in the kingdom. Verse 17, go ahead.
And the 70 return again with joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name.
See, the devil's always going to be subject to us through the name of Jesus. We spend too much time talking our own talk instead of talking the word. Say, Jesus, I rebuke you, Satan, and leave it alone.
That's right.
But we want to talk about, I'm going to beat you up, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to just go on with the arguments that we have amongst ourselves. And all we doing is just making stuff worse and worse and worse. I know because I've been a part of that and still be a part of it. Working on it. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven.
Go ahead.
Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions.
He said, I give you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions. Go ahead.
And over all the powers of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
When you have this power on you, he said, nothing by any means shall hurt you. That's what he said, right?
That's right.
Go ahead. Now let's concern this power. What are you talking about here?
Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not,
But God said, don't rejoice over this power now. Why? Go ahead.
that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
See, that's the focus. Not just this power of being able to cast out demons and do all this stuff over your enemy. No, you rejoice that one day you'll get in the kingdom, seeking the kingdom. You seeking it. Let me show you how some fakers try to just rejoice over this power. And they didn't quite understand. Let's go to Acts chapter 19. See, God wants us to understand this power correctly, not prematurely. A lot of people hear this stuff and they go out, oh, I'm going to cast some demons out. All right. No, you need to work on yourself first. Because Satan knows who knows. Who understands the word of God. He understands that. And you got some people out there who are premature and try to battle these devils. No, You gotta get some knowledge in your head. Acts 19, verse 11. Let me show you that this power is nothing to play with. Go ahead.
And God wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul.
Special miracles now. We talking about miracles that he doing. What miracles? Go ahead.
So that from his body was brought unto the sick handkerchiefs of aprons, and the diseases departed from them, and the evil spirit went out of them.
So he uses handkerchiefs, and the evil spirit went out. This is what Paul was doing. And a lot of you cats thought that it was just a handkerchief. They didn't understand the power that Paul had behind it. Paul understood God's power, and he didn't do it prematurely. But you got some people who are looking on the outside in, spectators. It's almost like we playing football out there, and these people tell them, "Oh, I can do that. Oh, I can go and run like Herschel Walker. Or I can go and run like these great football players." But when you actually get out there and get in it, it's a whole different story. I can jump like Michael Jordan. Yeah, right. Why he ain't stop him this way? Yeah, right. No, you a spectator. You don't understand how this game works. Just like these men right here, they understand how this game works with these evil spirits. Go ahead. Listen what happened here.
Verse 13. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Jesus.
Now he said, these are the vagabond Jews, these wandering Jews. Want to do an exorcist. Y'all know when you were a little boy, you that movie The Exorcist, had us scared out of our mind. That little girl. Levitating the bed up, spin throw about, cutting herself, talking all crazy. So they come upon somebody who had some demons inside them. They want to exercise the power of Paul. Listen what happened here. Go ahead.
Took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord Jesus, saying, We adjure you by Jesus whom Paul preaches.
Wait a minute. He's talking, we adjure you by Jesus who Paul preaches. No, you need to know Jesus for yourself. Don't say we adjure you by the Jesus just preach. No, it's what this word, you know about this word. But they trying to co-sign off Paul's name. Listen what happened here. Go ahead.
And there were 7 sons of one Sceva, a Jew, and chief of the priests, which did so.
See, these are priests. These are Levites that did so. Trying to play like they got this power. What happened to them?
And the evil spirit answered and said, Jesus I know, and Paul I know, but who are you?
Can you imagine that? He said, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you?
That's right.
You a fake, and I'm finna show you what I do to fakers. Go ahead.
And the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them, and overcame them, and prevailed against them, so that they fled out of that house naked and wounded.
But them evil spirit jumped on them, whooped them out their clothes. Fled out their house naked, embarrassed. So don't play with this.
Amen.
Just say the word and keep going. Learn it first and then activate it.
Amen.
Let's go to Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21. God ain't impressed about cause you casting out evil spirits. He's more impressed about you understanding about him so you won't get those evil spirits in you. The name of Jesus will work now. Matthew chapter 7 and verse 21. That power is not really what we're looking for. It's good to have, but the main power you need to have is knowledge and wisdom. Because you got some people who had that power, they was in the church and thought they were going to get in heaven. And look at what Jesus said to them. Verse 21, go ahead.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father, which is in heaven.
So we got to do something, not just talking with our mouth. I cast him out in the name of Jesus. I plead the blood of Jesus on. I plead the blood. Don't know nothing in your mind. But sometimes it works now. Go ahead.
Many will say to me in that day,
What day? That great day, the resurrection, the judgment. Go ahead.
Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name?
Say, Lord, come on now. We the priest in your name. Go ahead.
And in thy name have cast out devils?
So they cast out devils too. So I tell y'all, don't get confused. Don't get so amazed about these miracles now. Miracles is not what God is looking for. He's looking for action of his law. Go ahead.
And in thy name done many wonderful works.
Mm-hmm.
And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
He said, I never knew you. Depart from me. You did all those miracles, all the work, casting out demons, but you forgot the main ingredient, walking in his word. So these casting out demons and all that stuff ain't really important. But you just cast them out. You need to get it out yourself first. Understand it first. Got a lot of people who say that. Let's go to Ephesians chapter 4, this is the last one. Ephesians 4, verse 22. We got to renew our mind. Just understand how to cast the evil spirits out. At Crete, TLC had a song, they creep. Yeah. They were creeping in on evil spirits too. Yeah. All that stuff. You just sit there and listen to the lyrics of that stuff. I said, boy, these cats got the evil spirits on them. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22. Go ahead.
That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust.
See, we got to put out the formal conversation. All those different titles we just named, from envy, lust, reverend, all those things we got to put off once we learn them. Put them off. We got to put on a new conversation. Go ahead.
And be renewed in the spirit of your mind.
Be renewed in what?
The spirit of
your mind. Your mind got to have the information in it. If it don't have any information in it, it's going to be always frustrated. You just got to go through something. It's going to get there. Have patience, long suffering, but most people don't have that. They're very impatient. I had to struggle with that myself, but I said, man, I got to be patient with these situations. They ain't going nowhere. Go ahead.
And that ye put on the new man,
Yes, sir.
which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness.
When you put on the new man, he can tell you go put some clothes on and give you a new body. You put the new man on by learning the knowledge in your mind. I put the new man on by learning the knowledge in my mind. That's some work for us all. Every day, sun up to sundown. Go ahead.
Wherefore, putting away lying,
Mm-hmm.
speaking every man truth with his neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
for we are members one of another.
Put that line away. Speak the truth. Go ahead.
Be ye angry and sin not.
Mm-hmm.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
You can be angry, just don't sin. If you got to be wrathful to people, hey, you need to correct that before you go to bed, because you might not wake up.
That's right.
You might not wake up.
Amen.
It's okay to be angry, no problem. But when your anger turns into sin and wrath, you got to